probably wondering, why did I jump on the couch? I wanted to show y'all a video on why the Titanic sank. Because there's one question you need to ask yourself. Who, or is it natural? Who did it, or was it natural? Let's get into it. The sinking of the Titanic was really caused by a fire in the front, and that is probably the reason why it sank. It was so fragile that the fire had been burning for about 2 to 3 weeks, so the fire damaged the iron in the front of it, in the front of the boat, to about 75-80%. And when the iceberg hit, it crushed the entire part right there. So basically, it would have survived if there hadn't been a fire burning there for 3 weeks. But there was also some other compromises of why this happened. The real reason is, why were there not enough lifeboats? There was only 20. They needed more, but it was only because the tonnage of the ship, not the amount of passengers. They technically paid about, back then they paid $7.5 million, but in 2016, modern day money, they'd be paying $166,000. $166,000, which is surprisingly cheaper than the movie Titanic that came out in 1997. There we go. It's really odd. Sadly, was not enough coal to sustain the Titanic, but all other shipping companies for all the passengers were all sold out because everyone wanted to be on this giant ship that's bigger than everything. Probably not now, but it was giant at that time. So they didn't have enough, so they had to buy it from other liners so they could have it, because there was not enough to sustain it just by theirs. And that fire, the people knew that the fire was there, but they didn't. But they realized that they shouldn't have gone on that main voyage. They knew at the beginning that they wouldn't. That it was burning. They put it out. But they had to keep going, because if they didn't, that would mean bankruptcy for everyone that was working there. It's another tragedy. First class passengers had a swimming pool, a workout center, a beauty salon, tennis court. It was just amazing for them. But sadly, it didn't work out. It's very sad. I understand. So there were 1,000 and a half bottles of wine on the ship. There was 20,000 bottles of beer, 8,000 cigars. But for a question, there was no binoculars. Let's get into that now. Why is that fact worth mentioning? Only because that the binoculars were locked inside this door. Oh, say it's over there. SpongeBob's door. They were locked inside SpongeBob's door. And the only person with the key was Second Officer David Blair. He left the ship, but right before it was going to sail, and then he gave it to his second in command, or third in command apparently. He said, "You're in charge now." And then the key was on him, so he forgot it. So he was in such a rush to leave that he forgot it. So now the binoculars were locked inside somewhere, so they couldn't see the iceberg. It would have saved the Titanic probably, but they couldn't do it. So they were falling behind schedule, so they had to push the limit on their stupid steering wheel and go like at full speed just so they could make up time and get there on time. Because it was going too slow, so they had to do that. Otherwise, people would have gotten mad and it would have ruined their reputation. But it would have saved maybe all the lives. Maybe all. The amount of lifeboats on the ship too could have saved it too. The amount that would have saved them was around 60 lifeboats. But there was a person that said, no, we can deal with 48. We can mush people in. But then this person said, no. It looks way too cluttered with 48. Let's just lower it down to 20. It's unbreakable anyway. But no. Did you not know about the fire? Bruh, nobody cares about its stupid looks. It's just giant. Sadly, there was no lifeboat drills on the ship. Nobody knows why, but that Captain Edward Smith didn't do it the day before the Titanic sunk. And it's just sad. Why didn't he do it? Nobody knows. One thing that Smith didn't do is that he let the first set of the first couple lifeboats on their survival journey with half of the amount of seats. So it was practically empty. It had 65 seats, but there was only 27. What kind of captain does that? Let other people on it. You want more people to live? Let other people on it, you idiot. Some people thought that they weren't in danger at all, but that's why they didn't come on, because they were reluctant, because they didn't think it was going to happen at all. But one thing that keeps me wondering is that Captain Smith failed his first exam. So, I don't understand. He failed his first exam. He finally passed at some point. But was that the cause a little bit? There was also, while the Titanic was sinking, they were shooting flares everywhere. But there was one ship that didn't come to rescue him that was closer than the Capathara, or however you say it. Like, that's the ship that saved them. But the California was even closer than they were. And they didn't see anything. They didn't see any distress signals, so they didn't even go help at all. They're just like, no, I'm staying here. So, soon after, the captain was fired for doing that. But all in all, they saved 706 lives. It's still very sad. Thanks for watching this video. I'll be back maybe later. Thanks for watching this. If you aren't already a subscriber, go ahead and smash that like button. If you are, don't forget to check out this guy's named Brightside, which y'all might like. He's really good, and I basically stole his entire thing from him. So don't tell anyone. Shh. But still, you're welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.